Yeah, like if there's somebody that just does something wrong to you personally, they should be ruined.
Yeah, he wants him hanged. Mm-hmm. He wants him put in front of a firing squad. The whole bit. Michael Jackson, nope, clean bill of health, this guy. Who cares if an entire kindergarten class could identify as Johnson?
It's propaganda.
Yeah, right.
They took a ganda at his member.
They propaganda at his crotch. Well, the Janet Jackson documentary is coming soon. We've talked about this before. And it's going to be on Lifetime. And she talks about how Michael Jackson would call her names when they were little. She said when they were kids, she was closest to Jermaine, I think, and Michael. She calls him Mike. See, Mike Jackson sounds like a fun guy. Michael Jackson sounds like a perv.
Well, that's just because you know so much about Michael Jackson already.
Doesn't it?
That's right. I don't want to know so much about Mike Jackson. He could have gotten away with a whole lot of stuff because I wouldn't have known about Mike Jackson.
Let me just say, play devil's advocate here. What if, let's just get rid of your prejudice for a minute. What if he didn't do any of the crimes he's accused of, and you guys are tarnishing his legacy for no reason? Like,
well, I'm not tarnishing anything. He's globally renowned for being a perv. So
what if he didn't do it?
Me changing my mind.
It.
Well, I have to assume that legal minds and people who prosecuted the case and Corey Feldman and everybody who was directly associated with this guy would know the truth way before I would.
And also,
how am I I'm going to crack the case?
Even if he never touched him, they still knew what his thing looked like. And that's not great.
Right.
How do you know the nudes didn't leak?
Yeah.
Because Corey Feldman said Michael was staring up his corn shoot.
Corey Feldman said that?
Yeah.
Do we trust Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman said that.
Who, Macaulay Culkin? Who
that
said
was Charlie Sheen.
No. Those guys said that Michael never did anything like that, but it was that dancer kid that said he'd make him.
He wanted to see the hole.
Yeah, make him sit at the end of the bed.
Right, and spread his cheeks. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, Michael Jackson apparently body shamed Janet and all this stuff. Called her a slaughter hog, which is, boy, that takes a minute to process that.
Oh, that's going to make her spill her chili.
I was going to say, imagine him saying that in his little high-pitched voice. You're looking like a slaughter hog.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You're a slaughter hog.
Maybe it didn't sound so bad coming out of him. It'll sound better coming out of Paul Anka. Here's Janet Jackson talking to Larry King. Is he still alive? Larry King's dead,
He's dead.
right?
He died last year.
Okay. When he was still alive, he was talking to Janet Jackson.
Where's Dunk come from?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
From a donkey. Well, we're done with it. Yeah, it's like a body shaped like a donkey. I got teased.
A body shaped like a donkey?
Yeah, I got teased a lot as a kid. I got called a lot of names.
Including Dunk?
Dunk, pig, cow, slaughter hog, horse.
Oh, that had to be a lot of laughs. That was very good for you.
Well, laughs for somebody.
That's Pound Cake's horse impression. That's him pretending to be Janet Jackson at Halloween a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. Pig, horse, slaughter hog, and cow. All very weird. Very weird. Anyway, that Janet Jackson documentary on Lifetime is premiering. It runs over the course of 2 nights, the 28th and 29th. It'll be on Lifetime and A&E. She's 55. I don't think she had a kid until she was 50, right? How old is that kid?
Yeah, she just had that kid a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. She married she finally married some Saudi billionaire or something? And she went the Salma Hayek route. Huh?
Because they were in love.
Oh, they might have been. I'm just saying, she went the Salma Hayek route. She's like, I've been around. Here's a French billionaire. I do.
There was something in their marriage clause that said if you want the full prenuptial agreement money, you have to last at least 6 years.
I think at that level you probably have to do that.
Yeah, so
there's all kinds of clauses in there, right? It's 4 hours. It was shot over the course of 5 years. It coincides with the 40th anniversary of her first album. Jesus. And she has a 5-year-old son. There would be times when Michael would call me names: pig, horse, slaughter hog, and cow. Boy, I'm really zeroing in on slaughter hog.
Slaughter hog is a wild one.
That is a wild one. It's very specific. It's unnecessarily specific. as unnecessarily vague as the other ones are.
It's just something that you had to have in your life to even think of. Like, I would never think to call someone a slaughter hog because I've never really heard that phrase before today.
Well, I think that that's probably, you run the risk of that when you're rich enough to own a petting zoo. So Michael Jackson.
Here we have our hogs. And then over here,
That's
our
right.
slaughter hogs.
That's
Those are
right.
For the ham.
Uh-huh. That is for the ham.
Come Christmas time, you're not going to miss those piggies.
That's right. Let's ask this scientician. Right. My daughter and I were watching The Simpsons, and that one just came on in the rotation, and I was giddy like a schoolgirl. At Lisa becomes a vegetarian. Because to me, the funniest sight gag in the entire run of The Simpsons is when the shark pulls a gorilla out of a tree.
Because of how they set it up,
The
too.
food chain.
The food chain.
Yeah. Let's take a peek at the killing floor. Don't let the name throw you, Jimmy. It's not really a floor.
It's more of a grate.
It's a steel grating that allows material to sluice through.
Sluice.
Yeah, great word. I want to go to Bovine University. Yeah.
You don't expect us to swallow this tripe.
Enjoy this tripe.
And
So anyway,
that's
so
The Simpsons.
Janet Jackson recounting the awful things that her brother, as if this Jackson family needed any more problems. I mean, their dad beat all of them with a belt.
So
They were belting out songs because he was belting their asses. He got top 10 hits out of those kids.
You've been
They
hit
did.
by, you've been struck by
Joe
a
Jackson.
mean dad.
Right.
Abusive father.
Alan, maybe that was a misprint and he meant laughter hog.
Maybe.
Laughter hog is the best medicine.
And there you go. That's going to be the name of my next CD.
We just open a comedy club called Laughter Hog. And we only serve pig products.
That's right. Yep. Slaughter Hog, I think, is at the Foundry this weekend. I can't wait for that show. That's going to be very exciting. They're doing the Now That's Class farewell show.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yep.
Are they going to be serving ham?
It's mostly ham, yes.
Pork?
Is my understanding. They also, speaking of Michael Jackson, and one of his contemporaries, I guess, is the IRS finally valued the Prince estate. You know, once Prince died, he didn't really have anything in writing. And so the members of his family, his very extended family, everybody who had any claim to anything said they were one of Prince's cousins. And they were all trying to make some money off Prince's estate. And the IRS has finally... you remember the IRS? The people who got fooled by Trump for 30 years? Johnny on the spot over there? They've agreed that Prince's estate is worth about $156 million.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. After years of fighting, the IRS and whatever bank his trust was in has come to an agreement. So the bank had initially thought it was about half that.
Oh.
But of course the IRS goes, no, it's worth way more than that because they get a cut. So he famously didn't file a will because he didn't know that he was going to die when he did. And he'll be dead 6 years this spring.
That's crazy.
April 21, 2016 is when Prince died.
That was a shocking one.
Was it a shocking
Well,
one?
he
Yeah.
had like a seizure before or something like that.
And he was
Well,
like
yeah.
up to the hilt with painkillers and stuff. And
I
so
didn't know he was doing all
they
that
had to
stuff.
land the plane, his private plane.
Is that what happened?
That was
Payne Stewart type situation?
That's kind of the predecessor to it, right? Didn't that happen a few...
Yeah, he like had a seizure on a plane, was like unconscious. They had to do an emergency landing, and then I guess someone mislabeled some pills.
Oh,
and,
God.
And so then I think he was trying to wean himself off of those, and then they give you another prescription to make up for the wrong prescription.
You know, if you mislabel the salt and the sugar, nobody's going to give you a slap on the wrist. You mislabel someone's medications.
That's what they say. I mean, they could be either covering up for him or covering up for themselves.
Why would they do that?
They don't want to be either a conspiracy that they didn't want to kill Prince, or they did want to kill Prince.
I heard that he spilled chili all over himself.
I heard that he sold his
So
soul.
hot.
So much chili.
And then he
That's
slipped
chili.
on it and boom, knocked his head, he's out.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. Can we do Pound Cake's rock trivia? Do you have rock trivia ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I like playing this. Are you guys bored of this? Is it
No, I
still
like it.
entertaining?
No.
Okay.
And also, I kind of like learning.
We learned some things
Yeah.
along the way. Pound Cake's Rolling Stone Rock Trivia of the Day calendar has, we've been digging into it as long as it's interesting to us.
The most important thing we learn along the way is how to be better friends.
Yes. We learned a little something about each other and Bob Dylan.
So much about Bob Dylan.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know, it's very Bob Dylan heavy. Yesterday was good, though. It was Neil Young album or Jeff... It sounded like a game we'd come up with.
Jeff Bridges.
Neil
Yeah.
Young album or Jeff Bridges film. Right.
That was a great one.
That was very good. Well, it was fun because we all nailed it. Okay, Pound Cake, what is today's?
Okay, so for today, Wednesday, January 26th, despite of all Billy Corgan's rage, he is still just a...
No.
Rat in a
This is...
cage.
Rat in a cage.
Yeah, too easy.
He's a what?
He's a rat in a cage.
Yeah, that's it.
Boy, they go
was all of it?
they go from name the studio where Bob Dylan was born
Right.
to rat in a
Yeah.
cage. That's today's?
That's today's. Do you want a weekend one? Because we don't get to do the weekend ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a weekend one,
Okay, so I'll do this weekend.
please.
I'll rip it out. It's a Neil Young question. Of course it is.
Jesus.
Sorry.
He said, ha!
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
pot him down there.
You heard of Neil Young yesterday.
But I like repeat names.
Okay.
Now he knows.
Okay.
Well, within the span of 1 week, there are two Neil Young-centric... Okay, go ahead.
Where did Neil Young get the phrase "Rust never sleeps"?
Where did he get the phrase "Rust never sleeps"?
Yep. And,
Canada.
Friend Russ.
okay. Well, I will read to you.
Rust, not Russ. His friend Russ.
Russ is he's this tired guy that I'm friends with.
Because Russ never sleeps. We gotta wake him up.
Always a week.
Where did he get the phrase "Rust never sleeps"?
Yep.
What are the options?
A, B, C, or D.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. A turtle wax ad. B, Devo. C, Glenn Frey.
Glenn Fry.
D, an episode of MASH.
Oh, I'm going with the turtle wax.
Oh man, I know what he meant by it. I don't know where he got it.
I'm gonna go with MASH just because why not?
Give him to me again. I'm sorry.
A turtle wax ad. Devo. Glenn Fry. D, an episode of MASH.
Or his friend Russ.
I'm gonna go with Glenn Fry. Just because I know what he meant by it, but I don't know where he got it. So I'm gonna go with Glenn Fry.
Mary?
I said turtle wax.
Okay. You all are wrong. It was Devo.
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 Mark Mothersbaugh from right down the road there in Akron, Ohio. What?
Do you know that's where LeBron James is from?
What?
He's
From
just
Devo?
a kid.
Who is LeBron James?
He's a basketball guy, and
Oh.
he's just a kid from Akron, though.
Oh, I've got to study up on that young man.
Write that down.
And Rust never
Devo.
sleeps.
Jesus.
And Russ is sleepy.
Huh. Okay, well there you go. That's that was Saturday. Oh, Saturday and Sunday's one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my understanding is that Rust Never Sleeps referred to artists getting complacent. So maybe Mark Mothersbaugh. I just assume Glenn Fry because I mean Neil Young predates Devo by a long time, but I guess they were talking about it. I don't know. I don't know the Devo catalog either, so that might be a Devo lyric. I don't know.
What was it to Neil Young? Was it an album title or something? Or?
Yeah, wasn't it a Crazy Horse album?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, I don't
I thought
know
it was a
either.
Neil
Yeah.
Young and Crazy Horse album. It's got good songs on it, right? Rust Never Sleeps. Yeah, 1979, the day before my
You
8th
got it
birthday.
from Devo? What year did Devo come out? I thought they were more 80s.
Probably
They were
late
with it, right?
70s, early 80s. Yeah, but it had Hey Hey My My on it. It had Powderfinger. It had Pocahontas. Yeah, there were good songs on that. Most of the album was recorded live and then overdubbed in the studio. Rust Never Sleeps. Okay. I don't see Devo. Anyway, I'm just looking.
Oh, there you go.
There was also an episode of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon called Rust Never Sleeps. So maybe that's where they were having a conversation. Did Mark Mothersbaugh have anything to do with that cartoon?
Not that I know of. He might have. I mean, he might have done the theme song or something though, because he did do that.
Rust Never Sleeps is something that Neil Young overheard while he was hanging out with Devo. There you go. So he's out there doing his thing, and he was at the Starwood Club in Los Angeles in 1977 when he saw Devo. And the band gave a performance that absolutely floored Neil Young, turning him into a fan for life. Young knew that if he wanted to stay relevant, he had to tap the band's energy and do something new. He overheard the members using the phrase "Rust never sleeps," an old slogan for Rust-Oleum paint. But Neil Young thought that it just as easily suggested complacency is bad for an artist's credibility.
That
So
makes
there
a
you
lot
go.
of sense. I like that actually.
So there
I
you
like that a
go.
lot.
So I only knew about a quarter of it. Devo. Alan was Neil Young in The Matrix. He was not. No.
It's Neo Young.
Neo Young, yes, which I think was the joke we all made a couple of days ago. Nevertheless, congratulations to Neil Young, to us, for surviving and living, and congratulations to us, yes, because we nailed that question.
No, we all got it wrong.
I know,
lost.
but we still nailed
we're all
it.
rusty.
We still, what, nail has got to mean got it right?
Yeah, usually.
Oh.
Usually nailed it means got it right. But I guess with the, it can be used in a sarcastic way, like the cake show.
Nailed it.
Alan Kurt Cobain quoted the line "Rust never sleeps" in his suicide note. Is that true? Better to burn out because rust never sleeps. That's the line. Better to burn out because rust never sleeps.
I never got around to reading that note.
You didn't?
The Kurt Cobain one. No.
Oh, you gotta. It's
It's
at the it's at the Comedy Museum up there in Jamestown.
Oh, his suicide note.
Yeah, it's in plastic. Yeah. To a guy like Pound Cake, that should be in the Comedy Museum, right? A suicide note, Cody, right? Right?
It depends on how he went out.
He shot himself in the
Shotgun to
face.
Yes, it's funny.
Yeah.
Unless it's Bob Saget. Yeah,
I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, he didn't care about Bob Saget
Not one bit.
on this week's episode of the Pound Take Podcast.
And Bob Saget died.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of him. I don't care.
You know what?
Yeah, he didn't care. Listen, I don't care about Bob Saget. Now, you show me a shirtless John Stamos.
Season 4, what was it?
Season 4, Episode 3, I think is what somebody said. All right, I got a break. I will have those Slipknot tickets for you when